What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Social Club, where everyone has a voice, and welcome to the Social Club football event. 31 days, 31 videos. All August long, we're bringing you daily football content, from the NFL to college football and everything in between. Expect videos on Heisman frontrunners, NFL MVPs, bold predictions, hot takes, and more as we gear up for the new season. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss a day of football content. We're building more than just content. We're building a community. So make sure to comment your thoughts below every video and let your voice be heard. Other than that, go ahead and pull up a chair, grab a plate, and let's talk football. First of all, we're all big football fans, and we all ride or die for our teams, and we're willing to argue about it.
Absolutely.
And Serge is... how do I explain this? Well, Serge is a Kansas City Chiefs fan.
Proud, very proud.
Very proud. Happened to be a fan at the right time, I would say, but very proud. But
okay.
Yes, unfortunately, Serge is dealing with the illness of being a Kansas City Chiefs fan. And I thought, you know what? Instead of me just ragging about the Chiefs and all that stuff, I figured let's just have an open and honest conversation, like therapy, you know?
I like therapy.
Sometimes
Therapy's
it's good.
healthy.
Sometimes it's good as a fan club. Let's talk. Listen, you guys talked to me about the Bears. We had a good heart-to-heart about it.
That we did.
Last season, it happened. So going into this season, I just want to have a heart-to-heart with you and get your feelings. A lot of people in the NFL or NFL fans really dislike the Chiefs.
They do.
They really dislike the
A
Chiefs.
lot.
And I just want to hear from your perspective, being a Chiefs fan. Why do you think other NFL teams dislike the Chiefs?
Well, there's a few answers to that question, Hale. I would say the first one that comes to mind is the New England effect. If you think back to the 2000s, when Tom Brady had his run with the New England Patriots, it was a common narrative to dislike the Patriots. I don't think I met very many Patriot fans, honestly. I mostly met people that hated Tom Brady, but loved the game, so you had to respect Tom Brady for what he did for it. And the fact of the matter is, you hated him because he was just the best. He was best at the sport. Tom Brady is still the best quarterback to ever do it all time. I'm saying that even as a Patrick Mahomes diehard fan. But with that said, we saw that hatred for New England spur throughout the 2000s. You had teams that were going to the Super Bowl playing against them, and you would never even root for this team. But if they're going against the Patriots, that day you're a fan. You're like, get Tom and them out of here. Like, both times Eli beat him, I know there was at least 50,000 Giants fans that day that were never Giants fans in their life.
Me? I was there. No, it was great.
So this is, and that, I feel like we have that exact effect. Patrick Mahomes is, I would say, undeniably, aside the last couple of seasons, but he's still considered to be greatest quarterback in the league and greatest quarterback of this generation. I mean, the numbers don't lie on that. The numbers, the rings, the playoff appearances, all that adds up. But with that, too, there's some hatred that comes with being at the top. I think Chiefs Nation as a whole has kind of, owned that very well. One thing I will say that I appreciate about Chiefs fans, myself as well, is that as hated as we are, we still welcome everybody with open arms. Still super nice to everybody, still super kind, happy to have you in Arrowhead and spank you and take you home. Like, it's honestly beautiful to see that a fan base as broad and diverse as the Chiefs is still so welcoming, still so inviting, even though we're hated by pretty much the entirety of the country. I saw a graphic last year when we went to the Super Bowl. It showed all the states that had, like, by popular demand, the Eagles to win over the Chiefs. Missouri was not even for the Chiefs. It was for the Eagles. And I'm like, that doesn't make any fucking sense. So I think it goes hand in hand with that. If we get on a bit more of a microscopic scale, and yes, we can bring it to the table. I know there's a lot of speculation about the penalties and the ref help and whatnot, which I will be the first one to say I don't think that they... I think we have some penalties that end up happening that go in our favor at the right time. Are there some that shouldn't get called? Sure. And I even talked about that in some of my Chiefs videos last year. There's sometimes they just got to let the boys play ball. But I do think we get a few flags that might lean in our favor, but that also goes for every other organization. You're just not at the top of your divisions that are, killing out teams and going to Super Bowls back to back to back. But with that in mind, I think there's some good that comes with being hated. I think it comes from, a morale standpoint, a motivation standpoint. You have all this negative fueled energy that's going towards you going into a season. It makes you want to prove everybody wrong, and it makes you want to stand 10 toes down and go back to the bowl and win another one for them. That's just going to happen with it. But as far as I'm concerned, for everybody that does hate the Chiefs, no offense if you're included in this, we don't care. We're going to keep playing ball. We're going to keep winning games. We're going to keep going to the Super Bowl because we have Patrick Mahomes and we have Andy Reid. And that's a dynamic duo that you can't disrupt. That's a dynamic duo that you can't take out of the conversation. So hate us all you want. Just hate us because you ain't us. That's my verdict.
Okay. Well, in a strange way, you kind of proved a lot of the reasons why teams hate you. It's actually really funny. This is not planned. When we planned the topic, I did not know you would take this route. But in your explanation, you kind of explained why you guys are hated by everyone else.
Yep.
Let me just break it down. Here's what I've said. First of all, let's just start with the city, Kansas City. Mm-hmm. The biggest, not hatred, but the biggest annoyance I see out of people who just live in Kansas City is that, number one, you guys actually think you are a city, which you kind of aren't. No, you're kind of not. It's easy to look big and bad when you're 3 hours away from Omaha, St. Louis, and Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
But when you compare Kansas City to actual cities in the United States, Chicago, it's not really comparable.
Miami.
Exactly. It's not comparable.
St. Louis is a bigger city than Kansas City for crying by population and actual scale.
But one thing I'll give Kansas City is that at least they know how to sweep the streets. At least they keep their streets clean. So I'll give them
very
that.
Very clean city.
Yes.
That's why I stay.
Yeah, exactly. But number one, it starts with you guys have a strange delusion of what you guys think you are versus what you actually are. And that's really where this all comes down to, is that the fan base is just completely delusional. Number one, with the city, you guys aren't a city. You're almost classified as a large village. You're just in the city range.
Large village is crazy, bro. We still have a downtown and everything. It's just small. It's just pretty small.
Yeah, but more importantly, going into football, and this is where it carries over, is that in accordance to any Chiefs fan and talking with them, they think football existed, officially started in 2016.
That's fair.
They have no prior knowledge of anything that happened before 2016, especially how the Chiefs performed before 2016. Now, they've had some great years. Let's be clear. They did have some great years. I'm not saying they didn't. But a lot of fan bases, their knowledge of their team and their team's past is not conducive of a loyal fan base. The people on the street for that fan base could not tell me very general, basic information like who was the starting QB in 2012 when you guys made the playoffs. A lot of people don't even know that. Who are quote unquote Chiefs fans. So that's also a big annoyance, is that a lot of these fans just exist because Kansas City throws great football parties. That's the only reason why a lot of these fans even exist.
We do throw great football
Yes,
parties.
honestly, I will say that. Sunday, if you can't make it to the game, just go to Kansas City to the bar scene. It's actually really great.
Pop in the power and light, be able to time your life.
It is a lot of fun. But yeah, a lot of these fans are really just, it's a social event. They don't really know if their team is good or not, or really even care. And it really shows with their knowledge of the game. It's like when people are frustrated with no calls and then you try to argue with them with that, their argument is that the Chiefs should get all the calls.
Yeah.
The Chiefs should win, right? Yeah. And I'm going to piggyback off of this and add on to a comment that you made earlier in our video, in one of our videos. When I believe it was our 500 subscriber video that we posted, where you said that the Chiefs had a down year. Because they lost the Super Bowl.
Oh, God.
The Super Bowl where they would have won, they would have three-peated for the first time in NFL history, where they were one game away from being undefeated throughout the entire playoffs. You had the nerve, or throughout the entire regular season, you had the nerve to say that team had a down year. It's the epitome of what's wrong with Kansas City Chiefs and why you're hated in that regard. And
Okay.
one
I'll let
last
you go.
thing,
I'll
because
let you
I've
go.
earned this time.
You have.
I've earned this time. I'm going to use it.
Go crazy. Go crazy.
And one last thing, and this is the most important. Congratulations on your success. You guys have earned it.
Thank you.
Listen, you guys have had some really terrible years.
That is
And
valid. That is valid.
for you guys to actually win the Super Bowl, you guys have actually earned it. With that being said, don't get carried away. Now that you've earned it and you guys are a great team, now the whole fan base is acting like this is always the greatest team to ever be put together by
Right.
man. Which,
Right.
to be honest with you, in the 2 Super Bowls that you guys have won, I think 3 now. Yeah, I think you
3.
guys have won 3 now. In the 3 Super Bowls that you guys have won, I think only one of those teams was talent-wise the better team.
Eagles.
Actually, no. No, none of those times, because you faced the 49ers twice and then
Yeah.
you faced the Eagles.
Yeah.
And those teams had significantly better teams. So, but I just want to say, in general, when you go through the lineage of greatness and teams that have had long runs and dynasty teams, right?
Yeah.
You guys are still comparable with other teams.
Yeah.
Patriots are always going to be number 1.
Yeah, they
But
will.
other teams like the Packers dynasty, and I don't know if you call that a dynasty.
I was gonna
actually,
say, is that really a dynasty?
the Seahawks dynasty.
That was a dynasty.
Yeah.
Legion of Boom was special.
I might have to scratch that too. I think they only won 1.
They only won 1, but they went 3 times.
Yeah.
So they went to the what is that? The NFC Championship 3 times.
Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I might be wrong on both of those. But anyway, in general,
Starting to see like we're in our own.
I know, but 49ers, okay?
Okay, 49ers.
49ers, the Cowboy dynasty, things like that. So
Yeah.
you've had really stellar teams that have been really great for a long time, created dynasties and stuff. You guys are comparable to that.
That's valid.
But because it's happening now, you guys as a fan base believe that this is the greatest stretch of wins to ever be devised by man. And I'm like, it's not true. It's just not true. It's just, we gotta get out of that. But
That's
anyway,
fair.
go ahead. You're free to respond.
I will say this to piggyback off your the most recent comment is that I do hear you. I think the Chiefs dynasty is a special one, but it's not a what's the word? It's not one of its own. It's not in its own league. It's not in its own caliber.
Yeah.
It doesn't hang over the Patriots dynasty. That ran for a freaking decade, damn near. It felt like actually it was a decade it ran for, and then some. So yeah, like Chiefs dynasty, when it comes to like ranking dynasties all time, it's top 10, top 5 if you're really being nice.
I think top 5.
I would say
is
top
fair.
5, number 5. That would if I were to put it together, I would say top 5, number 5. But with that too, I think it's in this modern day of football is what makes it a bit more special in its sense, because football is a lot faster paced now. Obviously, league changes rules and this, that, and the other. It's a new generation of football altogether. So when you compare, Patriots dynasty to the Chiefs dynasty, if you take the 2008 Patriots versus the 2022 Chiefs, I couldn't tell you who's going to win that game, because you're looking at 2 different styles of ball being played, or 2 different schemes of ball being played. But piggybacking off the comment you made before that, yes, I did say we had a down year last year. And no, I'm not saying it's because we lost the Super Bowl. I'm just saying from years past in our Super Bowl appearances, we had a lot better performance and a lot more consistent performance getting there. This last year was ugly. Did we win the games? Yes, we won the games. I get that. But we won how many in a row within one score? I think 9, if not more. And again, I get we won, but they were very scraped by wins. They were nail biters. The blocked field goal against Denver should say enough in itself, because that was, I don't know if that was fate. I know it wasn't fate, because I know they were scheming. I went back and watched that game footage. They were scheming that weak side of the field goal unit. But aside that, I think it was performance-wise and output-wise, offensively and defensively, I think it was a down year from what we've seen the Chiefs be able to do in the past. Did it get us to the bowl? Yes. Did we still get embarrassed on national television? Kind of. But we still made it to the dance. We made it to the dance, and they have my respect for that. The Chiefs are still going to be, in my opinion, every day of the week, every year, every month, they're going to be the strongest team in the AFC West. And I know the AFC West is going to be really tough, it's going to be a real tough conference this year. But I still got faith in my Chiefs. But yeah, last year was a down year. We're back for a rebuild.
Guys, I tried. I tried. I mean, the amount. There's literally 30 teams.
Yeah.
I'm gonna exclude the Philadelphia Eagles because they're just as crazy. But
Yeah.
there's literally 30 teams that would kill
To be in those shoes.
to win 9 games off of one possession.
That's fair.
It's 30 teams. The only one I want is Philly because Philly was going to fire their coach winning 10 games.
Literally.
That's
Literally.
And
we're gonna
so I
fire
don't put anything past Philly fans. They're a whole different breed. But
They're
yeah, the dude. I mean, again, it's
I-
not comparable. A win's a win. And the epitome, again, Chiefs fans. Chiefs fans somehow believe that if you don't win the game by 20, then it's a bad game. It's a bad one. It's the NFL.
Yeah.
Any given Sunday for a reason.
Any given Sunday.
You can lose to the Cardinals, or you can lose.
We almost lost to the Panthers.
You know? Yeah,
We almost lost to the Carolina Panthers. I didn't even think that was going to be a close game, but we made it one.
it's the NFL for a reason.
That's fair.
Anything
It's all
can
about
happen.
who wants
So,
it more that day.
Again, the idea that because it's 9 close games, they should be close. It's the NFL. There's a salary cap. Of course it's close. But the fact that it was close, we
but
feel
tell
like
me I'm
it's
wrong,
a down year.
Tell me I'm wrong, though. Let's look at the 2022 Chiefs. That fashion that we won that Super Bowl in, given that was that 2022 or 23? I guess that's 2022 to 23 season. Because we got to the playoffs and had an incredible playoff run, and then we went to go win that bowl that year. But like that was hard-earned grit. That wasn't scraped by wins. We were beating teams
Actually,
up.
I'm so glad you pointed that out because that makes you even look worse.
Why?
The year before that, right? So, what you said, 2022, that is when you guys thought that you guys were having a down year because you lost 4 games that season. You guys were bad. And you made, I think you guys were a wild card team that year.
We were a wild card team that year.
You were a wild card team,
Played
and you
everyone
had to
in the
beat
playoffs.
everyone away. And you ended up winning the Super Bowl off of that, right? That was, I mean, if you didn't win the Super Bowl, that would have been your down year. But the fact that you looked at a team like that when you guys lost 4 games early on, you thought it was over. Then you had to go away and beat everyone away. Then you go into this year, you win 12 games. And you have the nerve to say, no, guys, this is the down year. Doesn't matter what anyone says, this is the down. It's ridiculous.
Honestly,
it's completely ridiculous.
If I'm being honest, it's the offense. It's the offensive side of the ball. I think Matt Nagy's a terrorist, and I personally hate him on our offense. And you probably share some of that. You probably share a little bit of that, because I know he's with the Bears.
Yeah, but to be fair, I didn't think he wanted Mitchell Trubisky, so it was a lot of things going on.
Yeah, I mean, I miss Bieniemy. He had a good scheme going, although they didn't always get along. Him and Pat. Bieniemy had a high power offense. Our offense now is very lackadaisical. I feel like there's a lot of dynamics that we could incorporate that we just don't. Like, it doesn't feel like, it doesn't feel as, I don't know, how do I put this? Like, when the Chiefs touched the field like 2 years ago, 3 years ago, I'm thinking about what this offense is about to do to my defense. Now I'm worried about, okay, Spags, what schemes you got pulled up to, like, put in your sleeve to stop this offense? Because I know offense is going to be a grind for us to get some points. You got a Travis Kelce, who's as old as Methuselah, that's on the team still. You got we still got fucking Sky Moore on the roster. Like, I mean, I know he's not getting play time, but my God, like, come on. Like, there's some pieces that need to be filled, and we're just not doing it.
Your receiver core was egregious for sure.
Absolutely horrible.
Especially
and they won that year. They won that year.
I mean, your best player, your best receiver was a rookie. That kind of speaks
and
for
he had
itself.
a hell of a rookie season.
Yeah, he did. But that kind of spoke for itself. But it was a different dynamic. But, I mean, again, make no mistake, you probably had the best defense you ever had. Or at least the best defense under Reed, for sure.
Facts.
Like, the defense was incredible. So, I mean, and again, you won. So what are we talking about? It's like, we're pulling straws like you lost, but you won 12 games and you were 1 game away from having an undefeated season and you went to the Super Bowl. It's like, and the only reason why you lost is that you lost to a team that would have won World War II.
Hey, no lie though,
Yeah.
man. Those Eagles were bad. Like, I'm not gonna like leading up to the like we talked about this too before you guys came to KC. Leading up to that game, I was so confident. We had like again, scrape by nail biter wins. We had a good playoff run. Getting up to the game, probably up till the day before game day, I was like heavily convinced we're gonna three-peat. It's written for us to three-peat. We're gonna do it. Where I woke up Super Bowl morning and I was like, let me look at this matchup on paper again. And I started looking at the matchups and I'm like, honestly, we have no business winning this fucking game.